Members, you are welcome once again. BPAM Series 2, Procurement Policy and Practice. This is an online lecture, and your lecturer, as usual, is Msima Dan. Today we are going to look at supply sourcing and evaluation. We had started on it, but we did not complete it when the lockdown was declared. Therefore, let us again look at it. Remember, the last time we discussed procurement life cycle steps involved in the procurement process. Today we are beginning another topic which we had started on, supply sourcing and evaluation. So, supplier sourcing and evaluation. Choosing the right supplier is frequently the key to obtaining quality, performance, and price. Hence, sourcing exercise is critical to optimal purchasing performance. However, it is not sufficient to merely choose the most suitable supplier in the first instance. It is crucial that long-term success to be achieved, the performance of the supplier is continuously monitored, maintained, and improved. But choosing the right supplier is critical to the success of purchasing and procurement. Sourcing is the process of identifying, selecting, and developing suppliers. It is a key purchasing activity. The purpose of sourcing is to find a supplier who will offer the best service at the most favorable cost. When sourcing, it is vital to know the qualities of a good supplier. The basis on which a supplier will be judged to be good or bad. Sources of information for the potential suppliers, and the sourcing options are available. Therefore, let us look at the attributes or features of a good supplier, and it is from the following attributes that you can be able to choose the best supplier who will supply the goods and services an organization needs efficiently and effectively. The first one is that a good supplier delivers on time. Time is important. That's why in economics we say time is money. So a supplier who delivers on time is a good supplier. He or she provides consistent quality. When you have a supplier who gives you his products of high quality consistently, then that is a good supplier. He gives at a good price. Price is also important. The price should be fair compared to other suppliers. A good supplier should be responsive to the needs of the customers. That brings in the idea of customer care, that the customer is always the king. A good supplier must make sure that he has customer care and he responds to the needs of customers. That a good supplier keeps promises. A good supplier should be someone who keeps promises. He should not lie. Like he promises that if you want products, you should get them at a time X, and then when it reaches, then he changes his mind. A good supplier should keep promises. He provides technical support. Technical support, like you have purchased a mobile phone, and he can help show you how to operate it. He keeps the buyer informed of progress. A good supplier should also be a law-abiding citizen and should sell commodities which are in good shape, and also commodities which are lawful, because someone can even supply you with stolen goods, and that one will not be a good supplier. So having identified the attributes of a good supplier, delivers on time, provides consistent quality, provides goods and services at the right price, is responsive to the needs of the customers, keeps promises, abides by the laws of the country, provides technical support, keeps the buyer informed on the progress. Let us now look at the sourcing process. Sourcing process. Sourcing process refers to the stages undertaken to get the desired or the right supplier. So in order to get the right supplier, there is a process you have to follow. And the process includes the following steps or stages. The first step is called need identification. Before looking at the supplier, it is important that you know exactly what you need. You should first know what you need before looking at the supplier who will provide you with what you need. At this stage, identification and specification of the need at hand is very important. So the first step is called need identification. The second step, after knowing what you need, decision on whether to meet the need internally or meet the need externally. And I told you that internally is what we call insourcing and externally is what we call outsourcing. Do you want to meet the need internally or you want to purchase it outside the organization? That is the second step. The third step is called conducting market research. Then you make research. You should be aware of the present and the potential suppliers by obtaining information from different sources. Then the fourth step is called identification of possible suppliers. After making research, you get a list of many suppliers. Then screening suppliers. You screen them and you develop a short list. Then another step, sending inquiries to request for information from the shortlisted suppliers. Then you evaluate the suppliers. Then you select the best supplier. That is the process. So maybe I repeat, I'm on a topic called supplier sourcing. And I started with defining supplier sourcing. Then after we looked at the characteristics or attributes of a good supplier, now I've also looked at the process, the supplying sourcing process. Now I'm going to the sources of information for potential suppliers. Members have said we had started this topic, but we did not complete it. So let us look at sources of information. For you to get a supplier, the best supplier, you have to rely on the following sources of information. Number one is called sourcing services. Sourcing services. A number of agencies will provide information to the buyers about the sources of supply. So sourcing services, these are a number of agencies that are primarily there to provide the information to the customers about the potential suppliers. That is their role. Then supplier representatives. The suppliers have representatives to market their products, and they will make sure that they market their products in different organizations, and you will be able to get the information about these suppliers. Then another source is exhibitions. These events provide the buyer with the opportunity to compare similar products from different sources. Exhibitions, I think members, you have ever seen exhibitions whereby suppliers have products and they even give out their contracts. So that if you pick interest, they can actually supply you with their products at a later stage. And colleagues, you can even get information from colleagues. Personnel in other departments within the company are often knowledgeable about sources of materials. You can get information about the potential suppliers from other buyers, from agents, because these suppliers have agents, from organizations promoting trade, for instance,